Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, hope you enjoyed my last video of the Doctor Who DVD collection. So, the next villain I'm going to be talking about is Dr. Hamsterveil. So, you might or may not remember him, but he is the villain from Lilo and Stitch, and also one of the nastiest and vicious and impatient villains of all time. So he is actually a doctor and a scientist. So Dr. Jack von Hamsterveil, simply known as Dr. Hamsterveil, is a major antagonist of the Lilo and Stitch franchise. He is the main antagonist in the 2003 animated Disney film Stitch, the movie, a recurring antagonist in the TV series and the main antagonist of the 2006 sequel Leroy and Stitch, which serves as the finale for the TV series. His first appearance is in the aforementioned movie, where he begins plotting to take over the galaxy. He is Gontu's boss and the former partner of Jumba Chukiba, who later becomes one of his main enemies. So, Hamsterveil has a bit of a Napoleon complex, as despite his short stature, he has a large, imposing character and wants nothing less than total galactic domination, as he is extremely self-absorbed, manipulative, and narcissistic, viewing no one as his equal. He is very uncomplimentary and vituperative, and as he insults everyone he sees, even when they do something for him or have done nothing at all. Not to mention, he often acts like a spoiled brat, throwing a temper tantrum when he doesn't get his way, and will take his expiration out on anyone. So, Hamsterveil worked alongside Jumbo Chukiba as a scientist. It was Hamsterveil that went to the authorities about the illegal experimentation. Hamsterveil was more than likely arrested as well because of the heavy affiliation. Apparently, Hamsterveil's plan was to fund Jumba's experiments to take them for himself, squeal on Jumba and take over the universe. Little did Hamsterveil know, Jumba was released to capture his latest experiment, Experiment 626, otherwise known as Stitch. During these events, Jumba reformed and spent his days on Earth with a new family. Eventually, Hamsterveil would escape, recruit Gontu, who failed to get Stitch, for the High Councilwoman, the former captain of the Galactic Federation, as his henchman, and seek to regain his from Paramount's. Hamsterveil's attempts failed, but the constant failures did not prevent the mad scientist from trying again years after these events. Hamsterveil sets out to harvest absolute power instead. Hamsterveil appears as the main antagonist of the film, setting up his role for the rest of the franchise. Here, with his new associate Gontu, Hamsterveil plots to take over the galaxy by using the power of Jumba's 625 experiments, who have been podded since Jumba's arrest. He orders Gontu to find the pods, which are located in Jumba's room in Hawaii. Once the experiments are captured, Lilo and Stitch head over to Gontu's ship before the plan can be complete. Lilo is captured as well as Stitch. While Lilo is put into a cell, Hamsterveil plots to cut Stitch in half via a laser, meaning that he wants to build a clone of Stitch, every clone, to create a personal army, a more destructive army, more indestructible army. which is quite insane, cutting Stitch in half by meaning to drain his nanogenes to create clones of Stitch. However, Stitch breaks free and traps Hamsterveil onto the platform. After Lilo's rescue and a scuffle with Gontu, the experiments are accidentally released on Hawaii. With Hamsterveil under arrest, Lilo and Stitch prepare a hunt for each experiment with the exception of 625, whom Hamsterveil unleashed thinking he would be another Stitch, power-wise, but instead he was a lazy sandwich maker. So, Hamsterveil currently resides at the Galactic Prison, where in his cell he communicates with his minion Gontu. He constantly appears on a giant screen in Gontu's home, giving him orders and constantly berating and scolding him after his endless line of failures. On occasion, he has escaped prison and went to Earth. In one episode, he accidentally became the pet of Lilo's rival, Myrtle. Eventually, he has grown to like her and is currently her only friend. But this was only in that one episode. So, in Leroy and Stitch, Hamsterveil escapes from prison with the help of Gontu and forces Jumba to create a new experiment which the alien rodent names Leroy, who looks identical to Stitch. He even arranges for Jumba, Pleakley and Stitch to be sent into a black hole. After Lilo and 625, or Rubian as he calls himself, are captured, Hamsterveil personally leaves for Earth to eliminate the experiments to ensure that he remains in power. However, before Hamsterveil leaves, he ungratefully fires Gontu, declaring that he has outlived his usefulness to him since he has the Leroy clones to do a better job serving for him. Angered of being used and betrayed, Gontu, with a change of heart, breaks Lilo and Rubian out of prison, and they reunite with Jumba, Pleakley and Stitch, who have managed to invade the black hole. When Hamsterveil goes to watch Leroy and his clones destroy the other experiments, his plan is thwarted by the arrival of Gontu. Lilo, Stitch, Rubian, Jumba and Pleakley, who team up with all the other experiments to fight against Leroy and his clones. After Lilo, Stitch and Rubian defeat all of the Leroys with Aloali, the angry experiments toss Hamsterveil around like a beach ball, much to his dismay. With the Galactic Alliance now safe, Hamsterveil is sent back to prison with all the Leroys. He is later seen angrily tapping his foot in his cell while the Leroy clones start to dance in their cells to the tune of Jailhouse Rock. So yeah, Hamsterveil is a spoiled, bratty and narcissistic, manipulative and viperative villain with the power of domination and in the need of an army for him so that he can be unstoppable. Well, guess what? How many times has he been sent to space prison? Getting meals in there? And he's been released again and again and again. Looks like the Galactic Federation needs to keep him in prison for a long time. So yeah, and he kind of looks like a bunny or a hamster, I don't know. Actually, a hybrid of that. What should I call? A hambit. That's a nice ring to it. With being a hamster and a rabbit together, I call it a hambit. What do you think? A hambit? You know, because both of them, hamster, rabbit, hybrid, hambit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe and comment below. And my next villain will come soon. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you subscribed and comment below and click the like button down there. So, allons-y.